So friends, today I got another tool that BIBURY sent us over to check out. It's a multi-tool, Pliers Pro, and I don't know if you saw the video I did a couple weeks ago, but this little BIBURY keychain rescue multi-tool that they sent me turned out to be super cool, and I have that in my med kit now. If you need a good multi-tool, you know, that is all set up, this thing has a, it's got a scalpel, it's got a pair of bandage scissors there, you know, it's got all the stuff you need to keep in your first aid kit. This is a super cool kit. It's the B1205 2A. Very inexpensive, but very high quality little rescue multi-tool. Go check that video out. But today we're looking at this one here, and I don't know much about it, so I'm going to learn about it right here with you right now. But it is the Multi-Tool Pliers Pro. Let's see, it doesn't have the model number on it there, but I got it pulled up on Amazon. Let me show you real quick. That's it here. There's, of course, it's the BIBURY. All right, multi-tool pliers, stainless steel multi-tool with upgraded rope cutter and screwdriver. It's $29 right now, but you also got a 10% coupon, right? So there you go. You'd be what, at $27 and something? Look at that, in stock, ready to go. So let's check out this tool and see what all cool stuff it has. Now, I already took it out of the box, and the knife or the multi-tool came, you know, outside. So they're both laying here like this. I'm not big on unboxing on stuff like this. So I got it all out of the packages and put together. So the knife sits in the sheath, very nice. It's a nice little package here, okay? And it's got a lot of stuff going on. So let's take a look at everything it's got going on. So first of all, you got a little set of bits. All right. Now these things are all one piece. They're in there pretty snug, so I don't want to poke a hole with my finger. But they all have this little ball detent. Okay. This one here has to be a double-sided Torx. There is a Allen, a couple flat set side screwdrivers, some bigger ones. These are security Torx. They have the little hole drilled out in them. So you got 4 different sizes there. And these, I don't remember what they're called. I know I've used them on my firearms and different things. Okay, maybe somebody in the comment section will remind me what these are called. But anyway, so this lives right here on the front in this little elastic pouch. Alright, it's a little bit difficult to get it in there. Once you get it in there, it's not going anywhere. Alright, so that was my first time. I'm sure it'll get better. Alright, so over here on this side, we got this little Torx Allen. And we also have these little cutter bits. Looks like there's 4 in here. Also screws. So let me show you what that's for here in a minute. I'll point that out. I just wanted to show you that you got those living over here in this side. And on the other side, look at this. You got a couple of jigsaw blades. Okay, those are wood jigsaw blades, as you can see right there. Yeah, not sure what brand they are, but it looks like the same thing you'd buy down at your Home Depot. So that's pretty cool. Looks like this tool does a lot. Alright, so let's take a minute and figure out how it does all that. Alright, that lives right down in there. So here's the tool. go ahead and set this pouch aside for a minute. Get the box set aside. And let's go ahead and give us a better background so you can see the tool a little better. So first of all, let's open it up. And look at that. You got this nice pair of pliers. And those bits that were in that little bag, the 4 bits and the replaceable screws, that is right here. This is for your hardened wire cutters. Okay? And that plier looks pretty good. Looks like a nice set of pliers. Got some nice teeth in there if you need to grab a hold of a piece of pipe or something. And these have finer teeth. You know, if you need to grab a fuse out of your fuse panel or something like that. Or whatever you might need. It's pretty cool. And let's just check real quick. Alright, yes. Alright, so 3CR13 and 7CR17. So the main material is 3CR13 and the knife material is 7CR17. Okay, so that is stainless steel. So this would be a cool tool to keep on your boat, you know, in your glove box, your toolbox, anywhere. You don't have to worry about it rusting. So it's got that going for it. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the pliers right there. And that's what the main objective of this tool was, is to give you a nice set of pliers. And it looks like it does. Alright. They're not spring loaded, but they feel pretty good. You know, this doesn't close in, so it gives you plenty of room to keep your finger in there to use it. Alright. And everything's nice and rounded, so you're not getting hot spots. Alright, so the grip feels pretty nice. Alright, so let's go ahead and get on into the grip. And one thing you'll notice right here, let me get in close so you can see it, but you have inches right along here and centimeters along there. So it does have some measurement tools. If you're trying to figure out what size opening you have, you can actually measure it there. Alright, so that's pretty cool. And if you look in here, nestled in here is a little Phillips bit. So that is where our drivers go. And the way you get that out is you push on the button right here on the back. And it's got a little notch right there. And you can flip that around and listen. See that? It locks into place. So that's not going to go folded up on you when you're trying to put some good effort into something and use it as a screwdriver. Now you can fold the handle up and use it like this as a screwdriver, or you could hold it to the side like this, and that'll give you more leverage. Okay, hold on to it, and remember those bits, all those bits that were in here. This is where they go, right here. Okay, remember the little baldy tip? That goes right in here. Snaps them in place so they're not coming out. So that's pretty nice. And then when you go to put it away, push it out again and it unlocks it, and whoop, got the pliers in the way. Hold on. Let's get the pliers. Okay. Voila. That folds in there out of the way. Now on the other side, looks like we got something different. Check that out. It's packed full of all kinds of goodness in there. It also has your measuring tool in there too. So let's push the unlock on this side and spin all that out. Well, let's fan it out and see what all we got. Look at that. You got 4 different tools. It looks like a can opener. There's a little flat screwdriver, a little bit bigger flat screwdriver. And here is an awl with the thread hole. Okay? So if you need to mend a cell or something like that, or your belt, you got that awl. You need to open your can of beans, you got that. You need a couple flat screwdrivers. So that could be pretty handy. Okay. There might even be more tools in here that I don't know about, but that's what we're looking at now. And these all just go back in there and fold up in the handle. Alright. Alright, so that is the inside, but there is still a lot going on with this knife. Let's see what else we have. Starting right here on the outside. Look at that. Nice drop point blade. It's got a nice belly on it right there. Feels pretty sharp. Not sure if it'll shave or not. Yeah, look at that. It does shave. Pretty cool. Alright. Stainless steel coated. And it's got a little lock that keeps it out right there. Check that out. Now, would you consider this a liner lock or a frame lock? Tell me in the comment section what you think. Is that a liner lock or a frame lock? Well, that is how it works right there. Okay, what else we got over here? Well, on this side, we got a file. And that side there, I'm not sure if that's a diamond bit or not. Let's see what it says. Double-sided file, so it doesn't say it's a diamond bit. Alright, but I guess if you needed just a, this will be coarser and that would be finer. Okay, but also this little bad boy right here, let's see how that works. Okay, that opens up, and that is where you change out. Remember the jigsaw blades that were right here, the two wooden ones? Yeah, so you can put them right in there and lock them in. And let me tell you, that feels pretty stout. So you could use that to saw a hole in something. And it's got that same frame lock right here. See? Snaps into place. So, and like I said, you know, this whole handle, it's got a nice rounded shape to it. So it don't really give you a whole lot of hot spots. I've seen a lot of multi-tools that you're like, man, there's no way I want to use that because that thing's got so many sharp edges and everything, you know. End up cutting myself just holding on to it. But about this one, they did a really nice job making sure that everything folded in nice and smooth, not a bunch of hot spots. Alright, so let's unlock that file, bring that around, and we should have two more tools. Alright, so here's the other side of the handle. Let's open that up. Okay, look at that. Look what we got. You see that? That is a saw blade. It's got those saw teeth all along there. So that right there really tears something up. Looks pretty aggressive. If you had a couple little tree branches, you could probably go to town on that. Or, you know, let's say you had to amputate an arm or something like that. Once you get down to the bone, you need a saw to cut through there, and you might not want to mess up your wood, you know, on a bone. So you could probably use this one. And that's pretty stout. Okay. And it's got that same frame lock, or liner lock, what do you want to call it. And what else we got? One more. Oh, look at that. Get a pair of scissors in there. Okay. And they're not spring loaded, so you got to do it the old manual way. but doable. Better than nothing, huh? So if you are in the market for a cool little multi-tool you can carry to work with you, or maybe you need to buy a present for Father's Day for dear old dad, this is a pretty cool little tool. What did we say? 26 bucks or so after the discount on Amazon. That is the BIBURY Multitools Pliers Pro. Okay? Stainless steel. Not a bad deal. And if you pair it up with the little Keychain Rescue Multi-Tool, number B12052A, you get a nice little combo there. You can get both those for well under $50. So friends, that is going to wrap up my unboxing video of the BIBURY Multitools Pliers Pro. Alright, and also wanted to show you that little rescue tool again. But hey, thanks BIBURY for sending these over for us to check out. We really appreciate, and we really appreciate all y'all that took your time to watch the video. So thanks for watching, and y'all be safe out there. Okay.